You found an apartment online. The photos look great, the location is perfect, the price is okay, and now you need to call the landlord in English. You pick up the phone and you hear,
What's your budget? How long are you planning to stay? The deposit is 2 months' rent.
and you think, wait, what does that mean? What do I say now? What if I agree to something I don't understand?
That moment, that feeling is exactly why we made this episode.
Today we go step by step. First contact, questions about the apartment, rent, deposit, the lease, moving in and leaving. Real phrases, real conversations, everything you need.
Welcome back. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jason. Quick thing before we start. If this is your first time here, we make practical English for real life, real situations, real phrases. Hit subscribe right now and leave us a like if this kind of content helps you. It really means a lot to us.
Okay, let's go.
Sophia, you see an apartment online. It looks great. What do you do first?
I contact the landlord by message or by phone. And first, I want to know, is it still available? Good apartments go fast. Sometimes you see a listing and 2 hours later, it's already gone.
Exactly. So your first phrases are,
I'm interested in the apartment.
is it still available?
Can I ask a few questions?
Simple, polite, and the landlord expects these. Now, two words you need to know.
Landlord. The landlord is the person who owns the apartment. They rent it to you. They write the contract. They keep the deposit. You will talk to the landlord a lot.
And tenant. The tenant is you. You live in the apartment. You pay the rent every month. Landlord, the owner. Tenant, you. Easy.
Let's hear what the first call sounds like. Jason, you're the landlord.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling about the apartment on Maple Street. I saw it online. Is it still available?
Yes, it is. Are you looking to move in soon?
Yes, soon. Can I ask a few questions first?
Of course. Go ahead. You're in. The landlord is talking to you. Now, what do you ask?
Before we talk about money, you need to understand what you're getting. Let's start with the most common question.
Is it furnished? Furnished means the apartment has furniture, a bed, a sofa, a table, chairs. You move in, everything is there. You can start living on day one.
Unfurnished means the opposite. The apartment is empty. No furniture, nothing. You need to buy everything yourself or bring it with you. This is very important to know, especially if you're moving from another country.
So you ask, is it furnished?
Now, the second topic, utilities. Utilities are things you use every day in your apartment. Electricity, water, gas, heating, sometimes internet, and they all cost money every month.
Here's the thing. Sometimes the rent looks cheap, $600 a month. Sounds good, right? But then you find out electricity is extra, water is extra, heating is extra, and suddenly it's much more. Always ask,
Your questions.
what's included in the rent?
Are utilities included?
Which utilities do I pay separately?
Get the full picture before you get excited about the price. Let me show you how this sounds. The apartment is on the third floor. One bedroom, a living room, and a kitchen.
Is it furnished?
Yes, fully furnished. Bed, sofa, table, chairs, everything is there.
Great. And what's included in the rent? Are utilities included?
Water and heating are included. Electricity and internet are separate.
I see. How much is electricity usually per month?
It depends on how much you use, usually around $50 to $70.
Okay. Thank you for explaining.
Thank you for explaining. This is a great phrase. It's polite, it tells the landlord that you understood. Use it often.
You like the apartment. Now, the big question, how much does it cost?
The key word rent. Rent is the money you pay every month to live in the apartment. You ask, how much is the rent per month? The landlord is ready for this question. Ask it.
Now, the second very important word, deposit. Sophia, what's a deposit?
A deposit is money you pay before you move in, but it's not extra rent. It's more like a guarantee.
Here's how it works. You pay the deposit before you move in. The landlord keeps this money while you live there. When you leave, if the apartment is okay, nothing is broken, everything is clean, you get the money back.
So the deposit is your money. The landlord just holds it. It protects the landlord if something goes wrong. If you break something or if you leave without paying rent, the landlord can use the deposit.
Usually, the deposit is 1 or 2 months' rent. So if the rent is $800, the deposit is $800 or $1,600. This is a lot of money. Always ask about it before you agree to anything.
Your questions.
How much is the deposit?
When do I need to pay it?
Do I get the deposit back when I leave?
And now, a very important moment. The landlord might say something you don't understand. Maybe a word you don't know. Maybe they speak too fast. Don't just say yes. Don't pretend you understood. Use these phrases.
Sorry, could you explain that?
What does that mean exactly?
Can you say that again, please?
These are normal phrases. Every landlord hears them. Native speakers use them too. It is okay not to understand something. It is not okay to sign something you don't understand. So the rent is $900 per month,
Okay, and how much is the deposit?
2 months' rent.
Sorry, could you explain that? Is that $1,800?
Yes, exactly, 1800. You pay it before you move in and you get it back when you leave.
Do I always get it back?
Yes, if the apartment is in good condition when you leave.
What does good condition mean?
Clean, no damage, no broken things. Normal use is fine.
I understand. Thank you. He didn't understand. He asked. He got a clear answer. That's the right move, every single time.
This is the most important part of the whole lesson. This is where people make mistakes. They sign something and they don't fully understand what they agreed to.
The word is lease. A lease is a written agreement between you and the landlord. It says everything: how much you pay, how long you stay, what you can and can't do, what happens if you want to leave early.
You will also hear the word contract. In renting, lease and contract mean the same thing. Don't let two words confuse you. Lease equals contract.
And the word term. The term is the length of time. How long is the lease? 6 months? 1 year? That's the term.
Your questions.
How long is the lease?
What is the contract term?
Can I rent for 6 months?
Is this a fixed lease or can I pay month to month?
Now, two types of lease. First, fixed term. You agree to stay for a set time, usually 1 year. You sign for 12 months. If you want to leave after 3 months, you still have to pay, or there's a penalty.
Second type, flexible, also called month to month. No fixed end date. You pay every month. When you want to leave, you tell the landlord in advance, usually 30 days before. More freedom, but sometimes a bit more expensive.
Fixed term is good when you know you'll stay for a long time. Month to month is good when you're not sure how long you need the apartment.
Always ask which type it is before you sign anything.
I have a question about the lease. How long is it?
The standard lease is 1 year, 12 months.
Is it fixed or can I leave before 1 year?
It's a fixed lease. If you want to leave before 12 months, you need to give 1 month's notice.
What does notice mean exactly?
Notice means you tell me 1 month before your last day that you're moving out. You write it in a message or an email.
I see. And can I do 6 months instead of 12?
That's quite short. Maybe 9 months? I need to check.
Okay. Can I read the lease before I sign?
Of course. I'll send it to you today.
Can I read the lease before I sign? Always ask this. Always. A good landlord will always say yes. If they say no, that's a problem.
You understand the price, the deposit, the lease. Now, when do you actually get the keys and start living there?
To move in means to arrive at the apartment and start living there. Your move in date is your first day. Your questions.
When can I move in?
Is the apartment ready now?
Do I need to sign anything first?
Do I pay before I get the keys?
Yes. In most cases, you sign the lease first, then you pay the deposit and the first month's rent, and then you get the keys. So you need to have this money ready before your move in day.
The usual order is simple. You see the apartment, you like it, you sign the lease, you pay the deposit and the first month. You get the keys, you move in. I'd like to take the apartment. When can I move in?
The apartment is ready now. You can move in on the 1st of next month.
What do I need to do before then?
We sign the lease together. Then you pay the deposit and the first month's rent. After that, the keys are yours.
Can I read the lease before I sign?
Of course. I'll send it to you by email today.
Perfect, thank you.
And the last topic. What happens when you want to leave?
The key word, notice. Notice means telling your landlord in advance that you're going to move out. You can't just leave one day without saying anything. You need to say it before. Usually 30 days, 1 month before your last day.
And it's best to give notice in writing, a message or an email. This way, there are no misunderstandings.
Your questions.
How much notice do I need to give?
Do I give notice in writing?
Can I leave before the lease ends?
What happens to the deposit when I leave?
About the deposit. When you leave, the landlord checks the apartment. Is it clean? Is everything okay? No broken furniture? No damage to the walls? If yes, you get the full deposit back, usually within a week or two.
If something is broken or the apartment is dirty, the landlord keeps part of the deposit to pay for cleaning or repairs. So before you move out, clean the apartment carefully.
And here's a very practical tip. When you move in, take photos. Photo of every room, the walls, the furniture, the floor, everything. When you move out, take photos again. This way, if there's a disagreement about the deposit, you have proof. I have a question. How much notice do I need to give before I move out?
1 month. You tell me 30 days before your last day.
Do I need to write it or can I just call?
Please write it. An email or a message is fine.
And what about the deposit? When do I get it back?
If the apartment is in good condition, I return it within 2 weeks after you leave.
What if I want to leave before the lease ends?
You still give 1 month's notice, and there may be a small extra payment.
I need a moment to think about that.
Of course, no rush. I need a moment to think. This is your last rescue phrase, and one of the most important ones. Never feel rushed. Never sign or agree when you're not sure. Any good landlord will give you time to think.
Let's put everything together. 3 short, realistic conversations. Listen to the whole flow. Notice how the phrases connect. And notice how natural it sounds when you know what to say.
Hi, I saw your apartment online. Is it still available?
Yes, it's available.
Great. Can I ask a few questions?
Of course.
How much is the rent per month?
$850.
And the deposit, how much is that?
1 month's rent, so 850 as well.
Do I get the deposit back when I leave?
Yes, if the apartment is in good condition.
What does good condition mean exactly?
Clean, nothing broken, normal use is totally fine.
And are utilities included in the rent?
Water and heating are included. You pay for electricity separately.
How much is electricity usually?
Around $50 to $60 a month.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear. Can I come and see the apartment this week?
Yes, of course. What day works for you? I visited the apartment yesterday. I really liked it. I have some questions about the lease.
Sure, go ahead.
How long is the lease?
The standard lease is 12 months, 1 year.
Is it a fixed lease or can I pay month to month?
It's fixed, 1 year.
What happens if I want to leave before 1 year?
You need to give 1 month's notice, and there may be a small extra payment.
Can I rent for 6 months instead?
That's quite short. Maybe 9 months is possible. I need to check with the owner.
I understand. And can I read the lease before I sign?
Of course, I'll send it to you today.
Perfect. I need a moment to think, and then I'll get back to you.
No problem. Take your time. I'd like to take the apartment. What's the next step?
We sign the lease first. Then you pay the deposit and the first month's rent. After that, you get the keys.
When can I move in?
As soon as you pay. Usually the same day or the next day.
And just to confirm, what's included in the rent?
Water and heating. Electricity and internet are separate.
Sorry, could you explain how electricity works? Do I set it up myself?
Yes, you contact the electricity company and open an account. It's not difficult. I can give you their phone number.
That would be very helpful. And can I read the lease before I sign?
Of course, I'll send it to you by email right now.
Thank you so much.
Your turn now. Pause the episode, say these phrases out loud. Don't skip this part. Saying them is what makes them stick.
Say one question about rent. For example, how much is the rent per month? Or are utilities included?
Good. Now say one question about the deposit. Try, how much is the deposit? Or, do I get the deposit back when I leave?
And one more. Say a rescue phrase. Any of these. Sorry, could you explain that? What does that mean exactly? I need a moment to think.
If those came easily, great, you're ready. If you hesitated, go back and listen again. That's what the replay button is for.
Let's bring it all together. Here's what you can do now, in English, after this episode.
Make first contact. I'm interested in the apartment. Is it still available? Can I ask a few questions?
Ask about the apartment. Is it furnished? Are utilities included? Which utilities do I pay separately?
Talk about money. How much is the rent per month? How much is the deposit? Do I get it back when I leave?
Understand the lease. How long is it? Is it fixed or month to month? Can I read it before I sign?
Ask about moving in. When can I move in? What do I need to do first?
And leave the right way. How much notice do I need to give? What happens to my deposit?
And when something is unclear, you have your rescue phrases.
Sorry, could you explain that?
What does that mean exactly?
Can you say that again, please?
I need a moment to think.
These phrases don't make you sound like a beginner. They make you sound careful and serious. And a careful, serious tenant is exactly what every good landlord wants.
Before we go, a question for you. Leave your answer in the comments.
Have you ever rented an apartment in English or in a foreign language? What was the hardest part for you? Understanding the contract? Talking about money? Asking the right questions?
Tell us below. We read every comment, and sometimes your questions become our next episode.
If this episode helped you, please hit the like button right now. It helps more people find this channel, and it tells us to keep making this kind of practical content.
And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. New episode every week. Every episode is a real situation in real English.
See you in the next one.
See you there. Bye.